I'm serving grams on the 10 speed. Got them fiends throw, hella froze, Walt Disney. I'm in the back with the blick. I pull a foe and a simply. Double cup cold, gotta mix it. About to get thrown like a frisbee. On my mama, I ain't seen a drought. Plug house chopping out. We about to air him out. The fuck you niggas scared about? I got your mama's whereabout. Ain't saying shit on the phone. I bet you niggas hear me now. K-clip is longer than telegraph. On your ass, everywhere you at, like I telepath. Leave you stretched, they gon' have to put you on a helipad. It's hella bad. I ain't hiding, nigga. They know where I'm at. I don't want your bitch that hoe messy. My dog on tip, best not test me. Yo ho on tip, she just text me. Praying for it on both knees and then she bless me. Yeah, she gon' blow me like I chew. We gon' get trippy like I poo. I'm with the bros in the town too. You ain't with gang, we will clown you. I don't trust niggas, that shit iffy. No new friends, that shit risky. I'm serving grams on the 10 speed. Got them fiends throw, hella froze, Walt Disney. Feds wanna go and lock me upstate. Guess they not a fan of my feng shui. Do they really wanna see me snatching lunch trays? Make another suffer cause they wanna see me front page? No elf on a shelf, the smack in my lap. Just made a stack, now it's back to the trap. I was dead broke, ain't going back to the past. Back in that mask, back to your back, doing bad. I'ma have to show these niggas who the man. From Rouge on down, bet they know who I am. I'm peeling off a stack, I ain't gotta do a scam. I said I'm peeling off a stack, I ain't gotta do a scam. I don't want your bitch that hoe messy. My dog on tip, best not test me. Yo ho on tip, she just text me. Praying for it on both knees and then she bless me. Yeah, she gon' blow me like I chew. We gon' get trippy like I poo. I'm with the bros in the town too. You ain't with gang, we will clown you. I don't trust niggas, that shit iffy. No new friends, that shit risky. I'm serving grams on the 10 speed. Got them fiends throw, hella froze, Walt Disney.
That was Riverside Sherwood with You Ain't Gang. Next up, we got Street Queen Stacy and Madam J with Big Mamas.
Street Queen Stacy. Fire brown skin, ass fat, the pussy packing. Take me to the crib, lay me down and beat my back and said you want a little bitch, baby. Sorry, can't imagine. I wanna be your hoe, so nigga call me when she absent. Hoes moving slick, they think I'm dumb, but they can't play me. How you suck a dick, but you ain't choke, cause bitch you lazy. That's why your man be slopping up my topic, mama's baby. And now she wanna fight, but that's my type, I like him crazy.
Like my nigga said it with a little gut. Eat it good, might just tat it on my little butt. Turn me around, spread it, nigga, beat it up. Whisper in my ear and tell me when to sit it up. If I gotta school you, you was sitting duck. Got no time for no goofy nigga, get it up. Skip the folk place, see I'm wet enough. Aquafina got you swimming, coming in, it got you
I told him to eat it, he eat it up, he eat it crazy. He calling me mama, big mama, that's big mama's baby. I'm rolling his woods, I'm smoking good, the cookie blazing. I'm hitting his pockets, he take me shopping, I'm his lady. The block is hot, the police out, but I'ma go to work. He want a blessing, I'ma tell that man to go to church. He like Rihanna, I'ma pick him up and do him dirt. He acting crazy, I'ma get that man put on a shirt.
Like my nigga said it with a little gut. Eat it good, might just tat it on my little butt. Turn me around, spread it, nigga, beat it up. Whisper in my ear and tell me when to sit it up. If I gotta school you, you was sitting duck. Got no time for no goofy nigga, get it up. Skip the folk place, see I'm wet enough. Madam Fina got you swimming, coming in, it got you acting up. Any, mini, money, mo. Catch a nigga with his hoe, if she holler, slit her throat. Sit this pussy on her nose, make her eat it, she a demon, big mama, baby, can stay. If you ain't never had to act right, until it all come to play in your bag, right? It get down and dirty up in the fast. I ain't never been a trash type, this that make a nigga spin his bag, reminiscing off of last night. Like my nigga said it with a little gut. Eat it good, might just tat it on my little butt. Turn me around, spread it, nigga, beat it up. Whisper in my ear and tell me when to sit it up. If I gotta school you, you was sitting duck. Got no time for no goofy nigga, get it up. Skip the folk place, see I'm wet enough. Aquafina got you swimming, coming in, it got you acting up. Aquafina got you swimming, coming in, it got you acting up. Queen Stacy, Madam J.
And that was Street Queen Stacy and Madam J with Big Mamas. Right now we're going to take another break from the music and get into another segment that we like to call Did You See That? Where we break down something that we saw this week that had us like, whoa, did you just see what happened? So you brought it up, bro, and I had literally just watched it the night before. But something that was crazy that was going on this entire weekend that was on the mind and kind of suspended this whole week. They didn't know what was going to happen leading up next, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of mentioned wrestling a little earlier, right? And you were like, bro, what just happened? It was like the Royal Rumble.
Literally
right?
like the Royal Rumble, yeah.
So, unfortunately, something sad happened this past week. Not as sad as what's going on, across the world, but sad because as fans, of the sport, of any sport, you can go to any event and, you're there to have a good time. You're there to enjoy yourself. You're there to just spend some good time, whether it's with friends or family, and just to enjoy a game, whether it be football, soccer, whatever sporting event that you are, going to. The point is just to have a good time. And why would you want to, like, really get into an argument and start fighting and, like, oh, no, my team's better, That's the thing, here in the States, you rarely see that, where people just start getting into fights, unless you're a hockey player, you fight against the other guy. But, when it comes to the fans, like, you don't really see the fans getting involved with that certain, situation. But this past weekend in Liga MX, which is the Mexican soccer league, there was an unfortunate event that happened down in Querétaro at the Corregidora, which is where Querétaro plays. It was Querétaro, Los Gallos Blancos taking on Los Zorros of Atlas, which are the champs, the defending champs. And it was crazy because usually, you see it happen. You see where some of the players really get hot-headed and they start, pushing each other, and then the players just surround it like, oh, whoa, hey, hold on, whatever. But you usually see it with, like, the players.
Mm-hmm.
This time, you saw people entering the pitch.
The pit, yeah.
And they were just running, bro. And they were, like, everybody just... There was hundreds of people just on... They had to suspend the game. They canceled the game. They didn't even continue with the game. And then the games that were happening the next day on Sunday were all canceled because of this incident, right? So you had all the fans. Like, it wasn't even the players. It wasn't even Atlas and Querétaro. It was just the fans that were there. And they just started running on the pitch. They were like, this is getting out of hand. This is out of control. We don't even know what happened. I don't, to this day, I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
I know what, like, happened after. I know, what situation
the
happened.
Consequences
and all, and I'll get to that in just a minute. But I still don't know what, erupted the situation. I don't know what kind of sparked the fact that all the fans were running on the pitch and just, whatever they were doing. The photos and the videos are just disgusting because at one point you see, like, a whole family just running on the pitch. I'm like, bro, why would you take your kids and your wife and just...
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing,
Why?
Exactly. We don't... to this day, I still don't understand why that happened. But it was just...
I'm still a loss for words, bro.
Yeah,
like,
me too. I was...
like,
and, I was like, did you just... I was telling my fans, I'm like, did you just see that? Did you see what happened? Like, it wasn't because of the players. It was just the fans. Like, they were just running out there, just not caring, not giving a if. Like, they were just...
They just did not care, bro.
They did not care. And you see the videos and everything. At one point, you see the one of the announcers, one of the guys that are there, like, on the sidelines. They kind of have a different view of, like, what's going on. He's like, you can see behind me. He's talking in Spanish. He's like, you can see behind me. You see the fans there. The most disgusting thing I've ever seen, bro. They're beating down a female, like, security guard.
Oh, hell no.
Guys just punching, kicking.
No.
There's dudes grabbing chairs. Like, it literally...
A ban that is like being generous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that
Bro, it was crazy. It was nasty to look at. luckily you can't really see like what's going on, but you could see that they're like kicking and stomping and whatever. And one of the the guys, he was like, yeah, you can see right behind me what's going on. They're beating down a female security guard. And I was like, and these are dudes doing it, and they started bringing out chairs. It really did look like the WWE or like any
I swear, because
chairs.
as soon as I sent it, I was like, bro, what the? Because I seen Liga MX, and I was like, oh, no. I was like, I got to send this to him. Because you're always talking about it on the show. You always mention it, and I'm like, this is juicy stuff right here. This is gonna be definitely something that we're gonna have to say. For what's the hype, or did you see that kind of?
Yeah, because it was crazy to look at. We could have incorporated for man. That was crazy.
That was crazy. That probably would have been suited better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I think did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, because I know a lot of people saw it.
Yeah, and like we said, we still don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, I don't know what the consequences were. I mean, I know what the consequences are. I know what the fate of what's gonna happen.
It's just what the hell sparked it.
Exactly. So there is an update. A couple days later, I think it happened like on Wednesday or Tuesday, one of those days, because this happened on last Saturday. Some of the fans. Oh, one of the last things that I wanted to mention. Usually, the soccer players are the ones that take off their jerseys and hand them to like another player or a fan, just to be generous. There was a story going on that there was a little kid who handed his jersey over to a female that was wearing the Rivals jersey, just so she could exit the stadium safely. And that to me is amazing. Like he literally took off his shirt off his back and gave it to this female just so she can, find shelter and safety.
That's insane.
Because you never know. Like maybe they were just aiming at the Atlas fans,
Yeah.
It was crazy. So that was definitely the sweet moment of it all, even though it was just a nightmare. But some of the fans did get arrested already. They showed some of the fans getting arrested. And news broke out that Querétaro fans are banned for a whole year. They cannot enter the stadium. They cannot enter any game for a year. The owners, however, especially the main owner, he is banned for 5 years from the league. And the owners now must sell the club. So all that just because fans wanted to go crazy and run,
there's no
and
law and order in
do
there.
whatever the hell they wanted to do, and these are the consequences. Now they are banned, and who knows what's going to happen to Querétaro as a soccer team. They're probably going to move somewhere else or whatever the heck happens.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, it's sad. It's very unfortunate.
We can't have anything nice.
I know, and it's sad because a lot of countries. When you think of like Europe, you think of like the Premier League. Even here in the States, you don't hear stuff like this. It's always in Mexico or like somewhere in like Central America where just fans start getting rowdy.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, I don't think I don't want to say it like this because I know a lot of Americans that are prideful about our sports, but I don't think Americans take that much pride in sports like how Latinos do, and especially football fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think here in the States it's overlooked a lot more than it is in other countries. Like football, American football here is like football in Spain or in like Mexico or Honduras. Like it's a main sport for the culture, and I don't think people understand. There's a lot of people that they're like, well, this is crazy. And it's like, well, you got to think like hockey, Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
They fight for that shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's got a lot to do. I think a lot of it's got to do with pride, too, in it being such an old sport as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to get upset. I get mad at hockey. So I can only imagine hockey's just soccer on ice. So, I mean.
Yeah, basically.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like. And a smaller rink, so.
Yeah, and a little puck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what you got going on, brother?
Bro, I have some crazy stuff. I don't know if you've seen. Did you see that the Black Panther director Ryan Coogler was arrested.
Whoa.
He was mistaken as a bank robber
Oh, snap.
in California.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this director, if you guys don't know, obviously the famous film The Black Panther with starring Chadwick Boseman playing King T'Challa.
Yeah.
He the actual director for the entire movie, Ryan Coogler, was mistaken for a bank robber in California when he had approached the teller and asked the teller to pull out $10,000. And on the back of his deposit or his withdrawal receipt, it said, "Please handle the money with care and the most discreetness as possible," or something like that, along those lines. Pretty much just be careful with my money pulling it out.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that account that he had with that bank had hit a red alert, and the manager was contacted, and the manager contacted the local authorities. He was placed under arrest. He was put in handcuffs, and shortly after he was released, after they had realized who he was and what he was there doing.
Wow.
So it was insane, bro. This guy has finally come out and talked about it, and has pretty much, like, it was like a huge misunderstanding. Like, I'll never do that kind of thing again. Like, and I could see it now. And the first things first, like, no, the teller was not white. She was African American as well. She was just doing her job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Imagine
$10,000, bro.
Imagine getting arrested just for withdrawing money out of your bank account, bro. Like $10,000.
Like, I'm still mind boggled that we have to pay money to pull money out.
Yeah.
So like to get arrested for trying to pull that much money, and it's your money. Like, that man's worked for it, bro.
Yeah,
Like, he's a billionaire, if anything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a little sus.
yeah. So he was released. He made a statement, pretty much saying that he wasn't gonna do that stuff anymore. It was just like a small withdrawal that he was pulling out for personal matters.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Man, that's
wow. I was like, that's so jacked up, bro. Like, this man just went to go get money, and he ended up getting arrested
for taking out his own money.
His own money. Shit, man.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's what I had, bro. That's the only thing that I had thought about this week. That I was like, I gotta talk about that.
Yeah, that's man. So, in just a little bit, after this next set of songs, we're going to get into the topic of the day. So be sure to call in after these next 3 songs. We're going to open up the lines, or you can, comment, whatever it is. Topic of the day: with gas prices going up, would you replace your car, and what would you replace it with? What would be your substitute? So be sure to call in after this next set of songs. This is our Pop Spot Mix out of Houston, Texas. I believe this is Space with 4 a.m.
I'm gaining control. Down for my brothers, I'ma stay 10 toes. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe. Grip on my emotions, I'm gaining control. Down for my brothers, I'ma stay 10 toes. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe. What is wrong with you? I don't even know. Can't make decisions, chrome hearts on my clothes. Never wanted me, but now that I've blown, you hit my line now that I've shown growth. Tried to fuck with you, conversations were slow. Now numbers up and you wanted my dog. 4 a.m. and you dial my phone. Leave me a message right after the talk. Gripping my emotions, I'm gaining control. Down for my brothers, I'ma stay 10 toes. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe. Grip on my emotions, I'm gaining control. Down for my brothers, I'ma stay 10 toes. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe. You did me wrong, baby, you was a hoe.
That was Space with 4 a.m. Next up, we got Pablo Pleasure. This one's called Runoff.
You'll never catch me. Girl, you only want me when I'm on. When I'm down, you're surely to run off. You can't wait 1 second, way too long. Then baby, you're gone. You'll run off on me. You ain't bound to stay, you're used to dipping. Girl, I told you that this love was different. I know you always listen to them bitches. You always want them up in our business. Then you wonder why you're always tripping. You believe their lies and now you're dipping. Bury me away until the tomb. Baby girl, I'm crying out for you. Cry out, baby girl, I spent the night out. Catch me up in Southwest with a white out. Bad bitch on my dick, wanna ride out. Baby, you the only thing on my mind now. Baby, I think you're my type now. Let me see that smile, let me see how you bite down. Remember when I used to come and lay the pipe down? It's been a long time, moving when you pipe now. Girl, you only want me when I'm on. When I'm down, you're surely to run off. You can't wait 1 second, way too long. Then baby, you're gone. You're enough on me. You're enough on me. Oh, run off on me. Oh, 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 oh. You played it the realest, I swear I was in it. Whatever you asked, I would do just to hit it. Ain't give you the world, couldn't give you the stars, but I promise you had every piece of my heart. If I know you do me this bad from the start, I'd probably go back to when we used to park. You know that I'm talking late nights in the dark in the car when the only thing we used to start. Girl, you drive me crazy. You're still my little baby.
And that was Pablo Pleasure with Runoff. Next up, we got Scorpion with On My Mind.
Oh yeah, you're on my mind again. I love you, baby. No need to pretend. You're on my mind again. I love you, baby. Why did this love have to end? And you're on my mind. Seem like love playing tricks on me. Have me so blind, it's like I can't see. Turn Scorpion into a love wannabe. I wanna be with she wanna be with he, pre. No more we, no more friends, no more parties. Seem to walk out that door. And our love don't leave no more. You're on my mind, yeah. I love you, baby. No need to pretend. You're on my mind, yeah. Again. I love you, baby. Why did this love have to end? Then you're on my mind. Stay out of my head. You left my bed and then chose his instead. Stay out of my mind. Stay out of my heart. If you was a queen for me, you would have played your part. You're on my mind, again. I love you, baby. No need to pretend. so blind, it's like I can't see. Turn scorpion into a love wannabe. Wanna be with she, wanna be with he, pre. No more we, no more friends, no more Paris. Since you walk out that door, and I love don't leave no more. You're on my mind, again. I love you, baby. No need to pretend. You're on my mind, again. I love you, baby. Why did this love have to end? And you're on my mind. Can't give it up about you, cause you're on my mind. Think about you all the time. You're on my mind. Think about it all baby, the time. Cause you're on my mind. Cause you're on my mind. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. You're on it. Think about it all the time. You're on my mind. Can we rewind? Baby, you're so fine. I think about it all the time. With she wanna be with he, pre. No more we, no more friends, no more Paris. Seem to walk out that door, and I love don't leave no more.
That was Scorpion with On My Mind. And right now we're going to open up the lines and get into the topic of the day, which is with gas prices going up, would you replace your car? And what would be the substitute? What would you substitute it with? What would you replace it with? So be sure to call in 313-288-5070. We're going to be taking calls on this topic of the day. You know, with the topic, with what we were talking about earlier, something I was going to mention to you was the fact that my fiance one time, she went out for lunch, and she literally works like right next to a Kroger, and obviously she gasses up at the Kroger gas station, and that time it was like $3.80 whatever, right? And when I got off of work, I get off usually around 7 p.m. And I called her, and she's like, oh, yeah, I'm heading home. And she's like, oh, my gosh, I'm so glad that I pumped gas during my lunch. And mind you, this was like around a little over 1 o'clock. And I called her like at 7. And she says, now I'm passing by and the gas is $4.25. I was like, oh, my gosh.
It's insane, bro.
It's crazy. These gas prices are ridiculous. I'm like,
what is going on? Like obviously there's the war and all that. A lot of our reserves, a lot of the oil that we get comes from Ukraine. A lot of the reserves are there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if you've seen that the president had made a State of the Union address.
Yes.
And he had stated that I guess the United States have secret oil reserves. So we obviously have a purchasing every year, month, or however they fiscal quarter, whatever they do.
Yeah.
They purchase a certain amount of oil from each country, and they take a certain amount of that oil and they dump it into our secret stash, our reserves.
Yeah.
So now I guess the president said that it's so bad to the point that he is going to tap into these secret reserves that they have, these storage reserves of oil that they've been saving for years. And they're going to try and make these prices a little bit easier on us in the pocket while we try and aid Ukraine at the same time. I'm not. I think they're sending over like $10 million or something like that. Billion. I can't remember how much it is, but there's a lot of money being spent on this war. A lot of money that's being put into trying to help us with these gas prices. It's rough, man. Like if this isn't the best time to have an electric car, I don't know what is.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess that answers, that kind of goes into my question. What would you replace? Like, would you replace your car?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
yeah.
I already, like we said it last, it was like 2 weeks ago with Bunny.
Oh, yeah, with Bunny,
With
yeah.
Bunny, like I definitely, if the government came out and said, hey, trade in your gas-powered or diesel-powered vehicle for this electric car, I would.
Yeah.
I definitely would. If the government, there was a government-issued electric car that we could get, I definitely would get it, especially at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And electricity, if you guys look at your electricity bills, daily, if you look at it, it breaks it down. You're spending no more than $1.28 to light up your whole house.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more. You know, so imagine adding on your car. That's like taking away maybe 3/4, half of your expense of gas.
Yeah.
And that other half goes into your light bill or into, you know, or there could be charging stations, obviously, that could charge like gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Start at a certain voltage for a certain amount of, like, it could work out. You know what I
think
mean?
that could be the future for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, especially with all this oil and stuff that's going on. And this oil is, like, important to us, too, bro, because a lot of this oil is what fuels our tanks, fuels a lot of our military vehicles.
Exactly. Like we were talking about, all the semi trucks that, you know, transport all the goods, you know, to the Walmarts, to the, you know, Meijer, to all the big stores, you know. That
Exactly. The commercial vehicles that are bringing our goods to us, you know, like the small little things that we have every day, these laptops, computers, and stream decks and mixers and all the stuff that we got sitting on here. This is all goods that are imported that have to be brought over,
and
gas powered.
And not just that, also, like, you know, the water that we drink.
Exactly.
You know, the bottled water, the food that's on our tables. You know, all that is, you know, transported to us all by, you know, trucks.
And it's so insane, bro, because like the goods right now, there's such a huge stop in product, because over 2 weeks ago we had the huge trucker. You know, the protest,
the blockade,
the blockade. So we had that protest, bro. That pumped inflation a little bit, and then now this war, Putin starting this war in Ukraine, that just skyrocketed way up now. Like now, like, and then there's still truckers that are still, you know, protesting about all these COVID restrictions and stuff like that. Like it's insane for a world leader to choose such a time to start a war. Like there's people dying already from a sickness, and somebody just decides to start it. Like, it makes no worldly sense whatsoever, bro. Like, these gas prices, man, it's insane. Like I said, I honestly would switch out to either something smaller, like early 90s, late 90s vehicle. Those cars that were on gas. They were straight little 93 Neon. Dodge Neon. That was my first car, bro. I put in $20 and full tank of gas.
I mean, if I could invest in a moped, I'm definitely doing that.
Definitely. The summer's coming around, bro. Like a moped, something that's smaller, the engine's smaller, that's something that's just gonna get you from A to B.
Yeah.
If you're not a person that doesn't travel.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, living here in the States, you know, we're such a big place, especially living in a metropolitan area. You know, everything is like far away from each other.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Juan, who's down in Mexico, right? He lives in a small town, and he doesn't worry about gas because he walks everywhere. You know, him and his fiance take, or not his fiance, his wife. Him and his wife take a walk down, you know, to her job. Like, he walks her every day to her job, and it's like about 20-minute walk, you know, and he walks everywhere, and he's like, I don't have to worry about gas, you know, when it comes to, like, because everything is walking distance, you know. Sabinas is another place, you know, everything is in walking distance. Where my grandma was from, General Treviño, everything is walking distance. Monterrey, it's a different story. It's like Detroit, you know. It's like a big metropolitan area, and you have to travel everywhere.
Well, because it isn't Monterrey, it's the capital, isn't it?
The capital of Nuevo León, yeah.
So that's why they made it a little bit more.
Yeah, but, you know, the places like Sabinas, places like, you know, General Treviño, places like Cerralbo, you know, everything is all like in walking distance.
Even Laredo too.
Yeah,
Laredo, like right here in the States, in Laredo, Texas, like todo está ahí right there in that little.
Yeah, exactly. So everything is walking distance. You don't have to worry about gas. So I would definitely substitute it for like a moped. And if we lived in a small town, I'd definitely be walking everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and if I could, you know, find a horse, I would definitely invest in a horse.
It was so funny. Now that you said that, like, I seen this meme, and it said, when cars were invented, the elite drove cars and the poor rode horses. And it says now the elite ride horses and the poor drive cars. Like, it's so true, bro. Like, and like, especially now with the gas prices. Like, I said it earlier. Like, there's so many. And shout out to the delivery drivers, man.
Yes, bro. Talking about the delivery drivers, you talked about that guy. Another thing he tells you is like, I can't even DoorDash anymore because these gas prices are out of control.
Out of control.
Yeah.
Like, literally, bro. Like, oh.
So shout out to all the, independent workers or, the workers that do, deliveries when it comes to DoorDashing, Amazon Flex, Uber Drive.
Eats and
Uber
all that.
Eats, Uber, Lyft, all that. I know it's definitely like dreading it.
Oh, yeah.
I dread every time I hit the gas station, right? But there are 5 tips, right? I got 5 tips here on how to save, on gas when it comes to your vehicle. So here are the top 5 facts. One is to check your tires. If you have a low tire pressure, that means you're using more gas because it's trying to like power through your low tires. So be sure to check your tires. Reduce your speed for sure. So don't be speeding. Because, speeding will make it, make the gas just
hit that boy and let it just roll.
Exactly.
Hit it again and let it roll.
Exactly. Also, avoid lots of starts and stops.
Oh, that's hard.
And, when I mean like starts and stops is like stopping like quickly, like just all of a sudden, and then starting off, like just taking off. And I know for a lot of, my... Cuz you can't be peeling out anymore. No, because the gas. It reminds me of Gabriel Iglesias.
They shouldn't be doing it anyways. There's these potholes out here,
bro. These potholes are not.
And that's what sucks. Like, and like you said, like the abrupt start and stops. Like, it's so hard not to, especially here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing that's going around now. It's like the huge potholes because of all the weather and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane, bro. Like,
now, in Michigan, you don't know whether a person is drunk or they're just avoiding the potholes.
Like, it's so funny because I see this other meme and it said, living in Michigan, you got to follow the person, exactly what the person is driving in front of you. You got to literally do what they do. You're either gonna hit somebody or hit a pothole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's crazy, bro.
Another thing is get rid of extra weight. So if you have any extra weight in your car, be sure to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And last fact. It's not a true fact, but don't drive a Mamalona if you're going to be crying about gasoline prices. So if you're driving around with a Mamalona,
don't be complaining.
Don't be showing off and don't be complaining about, I can't fill up my gas tank or I just filled up $150 or whatever it is.
That Mamalona's going to be sitting there. Oh, my God. That's a good one. I like that one, bro. That was a good one.
I saw that one on Facebook. It was
you gotta put that on the Instagram.
Yeah, I am gonna put it up. So 5 facts. If you're driving Mamalona, don't be complaining. Yeah.
Like we were talking the other day, me and my wife, and we got on the subject of these gas prices. Actually, I think it was just yesterday. Coming back from the grocery store, ironically, and we were talking, and she's like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, would you laugh at me if I bought a moped? And she was like, and literally looked at me and was like, I honestly, yeah, probably. I'm like, well, why? She's like, because it's so funny. And it's like funny stories that my wife always tells me every time I bring up a moped. She's like, you remind me of my mom, because I guess her mom back in high school, her mom tried to get her to buy a moped. Either it was a Beetle, little bug.
Oh, yeah.
A little yellow one, or the tan, like the light green ones or whatever. Or a moped to be able to go to school every day. So she hates the idea of mopeds. So every time I bring it up, she's like, no. And it's so funny, bro. Like, I'm literally this close to getting a moped, or like a little 4-wheeler or something.
Bro, because these gas prices and these potholes are not it. So.
Yeah, the governor came out and said that I guess she's issuing a directive for MDOT to pay overtime to all workers to be able to get people off of the roads safely that have sustained damage to their vehicles. And she has also instructed them to start filling these potholes at alarming rates. So if you and as soon as she came out with that, there's this one huge pothole on 96, right off of 96 in Grand River.
Oh, yeah, I know which one
it is.
Yeah,
and it's huge, bro. And as soon as she said it, it was covered up the next day. And I don't know what happens, man, but that that asphalt that they put down, bro, that black tar, it just doesn't work.
No. And I've done that type of job.
It does not work,
Basically,
bro.
they're just bandages, bro.
It literally, that's
It's
all it
just a
is.
bandage. It's not going to do anything. Yeah. By the time you know it's going to crack again.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense. And then
Yeah.
it's messy.
It is.
It smells.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I think that wraps it up for topic of the
Yep.
day. We don't have any callers. We don't have any more comments, but just let us know on our Instagram, what would you replace your car if you were to replace your car? With that being said, we're going to end it almost with some more music. This is our Southwest mix. This is Sombra with Ride With Them.
Estos güeyes no te en clase, la música de corazón me nace. Si te doy la mano es mejor que no te pases. Gárrate una troca para que así arranques. Te siguen más las mujeres cuando tú te cases. Te lo juro, homie, eso no es mentira. Son mis hijas las que todos los días me inspiran. Quiero llevar un día a la familia de una gira. No le hago caso a los babosos que me tiran. I don't give a fuck what people say about me. All they do is talk, but they won't fight me. I never be hiding, they know where I be. You're shooting better than castles, that's unlikely. If you hang with the ops, you can die with them. Won't lay you next to them if you ride with them. If my brothers got beef, I'ma slide with them. And if you got enemies, I'ma side with them. If you hang with the ops, you can die with them. Won't lay you next to them if you ride with them. If my brothers got beef, I'ma slide with them. And if you got enemies, I'ma side with them. Motherfuckers say I'm me cause I ain't lyrical. Saying that my rap's so whack is so typical. People saying with these tattoos that I'm a criminal. So much hate in the street, it makes it so difficult. En esta vida yo soy micro, tú despaco. Si tú no sabes español, eres un gabacho. Si te queda bien, pues vato, ponte el saco. Son de calle y nunca escucharon un balazo. Antes que digan que estoy copiando, escuche bien el modo como estoy rapeando. Ya ni saben qué decir, lo estoy lastimando. Pinche perro nunca muerde, nomás andan hablando. Antes que digan que estoy copiando, escuche bien el modo como estoy rapeando. Ya ni saben qué decir, lo estoy lastimando. Pinche perro nunca muerde, nomás andan hablando. If you hang with the ops, you can die with them. Won't lay you next to them if you ride with them. If my brothers got beef, I'ma slide with them. And if you got enemies, I'ma side with them. If you hang with the ops, you can die with them. Won't lay you next to them if you ride with them. If my brothers got beef, I'ma slide with them. And if you got enemies, I'ma side with them. And after this, I bet yo will still say I'm trying to be a keen little G. Fucking dumbasses. In English or in Spanish, in the most humblest way possible. Listen, me la pelan.
And that was Sombra with Ride With Them. Next up, we got the Gutter Boys with Pull Up.
Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. They see me in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us. Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up. They see us in the hood, throw the foes up. Boys, stop blind, y'all know us. Boys, stop capping, grab a bag. Before I put my hitters on your ass. My trigger finger itches, so it's bad. About to leave him dead in the grass. If you see me pop the trunk, shut the fuck up. Then get your ass low, cause I'ma cut up. Her man's talking crazy like, what up? Now he in the morgue cause he jumped up on God. I set this motherfucker off, yo squad. Everybody in that bitch soft facade. We're not from the same cloth. I send 100 shots off the whip. Fuck you thought they call me gutter. Always on some bullshit, shorty ain't no other. Fucking up the club in the check with no rubber. Stay pouring liquor in my cup like a butler. For this 40 ball, she let anybody touch it. Catch me in the club flexing hard with my partners. All that goofy shit gon' make me grab the chopper. Beefing with the mob gon' get your ass chopped up. Not a hood flooded with a bunch of helicopters. Walked in the club, bout to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the door up.
in the strip with my shotters. Say the wrong thing and get shot up. I don't even drink, but order me a bottle. I love me some strippers, fuck a model. Throw some ones, cause I got it, I'm just spending up my profit. I'll take your heart when I won't pay no deposit. How much for the pussy? Well, I ain't paying nada. I'll pay you to leave, stay the fuck off my wallet. Got the boys in mafia, we're a crime family. Time is money, so I gotta get it rapidly. My bitch stays mad at me, cause these hoes after me. I ain't no rat, but I'm trying to get this bag of cheese. Watch out for the intruders, they could be some shooters. I'll send you boys to the church, nigga, hallelujah. Don't talk if it ain't about the moolah. Do get her getting chula, I'ma fuck her when I scoop her. Drop her off deuces, she sucked up my fluids. She's a nuisance, but I treat her real ruthless. Make her take 20 shots all back to back. Got her drunk, now she like stretched like a Cadillac.
Walked in the club, about to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the dough up. They see me in the hood, throw the foes up. Boy, stop lying, y'all don't know us. Walked in the club, about to pull up. Hopped out the whip, left the dough up. They see us in the hood, throw the foes up. Boy, stop lying, y'all don't know us.
Did me dirty, now it's on to the next. I like her, but I love my respect. Get to a check for being in debt. If things ain't right, shit, smoke what's left. I'm just living out my dream. I put that on my team. I'm just living out my dream. I put that on my team. Nah, I ain't fuck your bitch, so quit asking me about it. In the club, don't talk to me, I don't like to be shouted. In the VIP, it's getting a little bit crowded. Cause we got all the hoes, shit, we got all the bottles. This is real life, and I don't like to be capping. Going ass trippy, how the fuck we get it slapping? Back in the days, yeah, I used to be trapping. I can't believe it now, how I really made it happen. Puffing on a blunt, got it packed with the Zaza. G-Thing checking in, tapping in with the Raza. Shawty did me dirty, but it's on to the next. Forget her faster than I let the smoke up on my chest. Baby, you ain't special, I'ma tell you one time. I'm all about my money, but I'll throw away a dime. Fuck it, go and shake that ass on me. We'll talk about it more in the fucking morning. Gotta keep it in motion. Smoking on some meds while I'm sipping on potion. So potent, I'm goated. Did me dirty, now it's on to the next. I like her, but I love my respect. Get to a check for being in debt. If things ain't right, shit, smoke what's left. I'm just living out my dream. I put that on my team. I'm just living out my dream. I put that on my team.
Used to date a bitch that had no eyebrows with no makeup on. But when she did, she was a bad thing, leave alone. Don't you dare ever put me on speakerphone. Don't you ever let your friends know what we be on. Up in the streets, I'm the main target lately. I'm just talking crazy. Got to kill it for the hoes that said they wouldn't date me. Used to want you then, now you just shoulda, coulda, motherfucking woulda, baby. Now I got bitches, got baddies, got thoughts, I got hoes too. Now I rock on the stage like I'm supposed to. Little bitch, I don't care who you close to, I know, boo. Don't forget what I told you. Don't you ever let these fucking bumps poke you. Don't believe what you heard from who you spoke to. When you do it, you do better than most, boo. If these vatos won't smoke,
Got them dripping like ice cream. Yeah, we shining like high beams. All these lights gonna blind me. Who are you? Please remind me.
Did me dirty, now it's on to the next. I like her, but I love my respect. Get to a check for being in debt. If things ain't right, shit, smoke what's left. I'm just living out my dream. I put that on my team. I'm just living out my dream. See, I put that on my team. This is for them hoes that used to doubt me way back in. Always making moves and I'm never gonna be lacking. Baby, about that paper, I'm just worried about me stacking. Worried about my money, I ain't worried about no macking.
I ain't never folded. These streets ain't peace, so I gotta keep the gun greased and loaded. Pop shots on the scene, make them bleed, then we dip before they notice. Baby, I ain't playing when I say that my paper is the focus. It's the motives. Baby, you be tripping, we supposed to be a team. Talking about my lines, then we talking about my dreams. Acting like I'm cheating, but I'm trying to make this cheese. Dodging all the feds while I'm holding all the keys. I ain't never did wrong, that's right. This is where I belong at night. So baby, don't prolong this fight. Trying to see you go long tonight, yeah.
Did me dirty, now it's on to the the next. I like her, but I love my respect. Get to a check, fuck being in debt. If things ain't right, shit, smoke what's left. I'm just living out my dream. I put that on my team. I'm just living out my dream. I put that on my team.
It's Rocco on the beat.
And that was G-Thang Baby featuring Pablo Pleasure and our very own SwZee with On to the Next. And that is all for tonight here on 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. Before we get to that song. No, you good, bro. But that's all for tonight here on 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. I am your host, Rocky Road 313, alongside co-host DJ Mastermind on the ones and twos, SwZee, a.k.a. Tempo Beats.
Yes, sir.
And be sure to check us out every single Friday. We're here. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, streaming live, 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. Be sure to like us. Subscribe to us, leave your comments, wherever it is. Show us love on all social media. We are under 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. And be sure to spread the love. Continue to show some love. And if you're feeling generous, be sure to send in all your generous donations to $313 Urban Rhythm Radio or our PayPal. That was our Cash App, or our PayPal, 31.3 urbanrhythm@gmail.com. And if you're an artist, you'll love to have your music submitted, or a small business owner would love to have your your business promoted on 31.3 Urban Rhythm. There's an easy way to do that. You can just send in all your submissions and all your promotions to 31.3 urbanrhythm@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to play your music or promote your small business. We'll get back to that next week on the small business promotions. But like always, y'all have a good one. Have a safe and blessed weekend. And we'll be back next week. Next week is supposed to be really nice. I heard I heard the weather's starting to get a little better.
Yep.
A little better. So
we're shooting a video next weekend, so our next week Thursday is supposed to be 60 out. So
bro, I heard
shout
it was
out to Sombra.
Almost 67.
Yeah.
On next Thursday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's supposed to be the coldest day for I hope till next winter. But yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be a cold one. So
wishful thinking.
Yeah. So just be bundle up, stay warm. But coming Monday, we're starting to feel nice weather. So just enjoy the weekend. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Like I said, blessed week. We will see you next week. And remember to continue to stay tuned to our social media, Instagram and Facebook, primarily because we are having the Urban Rhythm Radio Madness Tournament continuing. So it's going to continue up until Sunday this weekend and continue next week, starting Thursday. So be sure to be on the lookout and continue to vote. And that is all for me here, Rocky Road 313 here at Metronome Studios, 31.3 Urban Rhythm Radio. And y'all have a good night and have a blessed weekend. And we will leave you with this song by Young Prophet featuring Elder and JP with Asalto. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Ya se la saben, se juntaron los reales del género. Detroit, Guanatos, Cali, we active. Ya saben que tranza, háblales el del.
Este es un asalto, vine a robarme la escena. Porque como yo ninguno suena, que nadie se mueva, vine a robarme el show. Es muy fácil porque a todos ustedes le falta flow. Es un asalto, vine a robarme la escena. Porque como yo ninguno suena, que nadie se mueva, vine a robarme el show. Es muy fácil porque a todos ustedes le falta flow.
Venimos con power, con sonidos del futuro. We ain't gonna stop ni aunque se ponga oscuro. Che, venimos duro para otros rumbos. Vamos a cruzar fronteras y tumbar los muros. Le damos recio, no traemos frenos. Ese ain't no new wave, es algo fresco. Siempre firme, así me fleto. Con todos los míos, never fake shit. Tiramos fuego, nunca basic. No echamos shade, we tryna get paid. Generando feria del alfabeto. No vamos a parar hasta que vale el esqueleto.
Es un asalto, vine a robarme la escena. Porque como yo ninguno suena, que nadie se mueva, vine a robarme el show. Es muy todos ustedes les falta flow. Es un asalto, vine a robarme la escena, porque como yo ninguno suena. Que nadie se mueva, vine a robarme el show. Es muy fácil porque a todos ustedes les falta flow.
Ahora me toca rimarle rimas que explotan cerebros cuando me tocan en sus estéreos. Mi boca escupe fuego como cerillos, vengo a encenderlos, dejándolos como zacate seco en un cerro. Que no se les olvide que esto es hip hop, así que vayan abriendo paso, cuidado que va llegando su majestad. Así que manos arriba mientras me suelto en la pista, escupiendo rimas adictas, vengo a robarme tarimas, insinuando sílabas sin embarrarlas de saliva. Me vale que me critiquen, que al cabo van a querer hablar, pues cuando yo escupo yo tumbo. La competencia dice no es justo, mi estilo rudo, por eso yo no los culpo.
Esto es un asalto, vine a robarme la escena, porque como yo ninguno suena. Que nadie se mueva, vine a robarme el show. Es muy fácil porque a todos ustedes les falta flow. Es un asalto, vine a robarme la escena, porque como yo ninguno suena. Que nadie se mueva, vine a robarme el show. Es muy fácil porque a todos ustedes les falta flow. Esto es un asalto, tranquilo que no voy a matarlo. Solo vine por lo que es mío, por lo que trabajo, por lo que yo sí merezco. Y ustedes no lo aprovechan por su falta de talento y su música mal hecha. Vámonos face to face. Si tú me tiras hate, soy Mr. Versatilidad, lo tuyo es copy-paste. Tranquilo, wey, lo tuyo suena fake. Mejor date un break y get out date. Ok, no olviden la ley de la gravedad. Lo dijo Isaac Newton, lo que sube tiene que bajar. Ok, no olviden la ley de la gravedad. Lo dijo Isaac Newton, lo que sube tiene que bajar. Esto es un asalto, tranquilo que no voy a matarlo. Solo vine por lo que es mío, por lo que trabajo, por lo que yo sí merezco. Y ustedes no lo aprovechan por su falta de talento y su música mal hecha.